Hey everybody, Cajun Reviews for you, coming straight at you again today. Today I want to talk to you about the Klein ModBox Hybrid Box. So this is part of my everyday roll. I don't carry this, it's too heavy. I'm just not going to carry it, so I roll it everywhere I go. And this is the 54824MB. This is called the Hybrid Box. So this thing, all these boxes lock together as part of a system. So this box is pretty nice. I like this box. It's sturdy. It's pretty stout. First of all, that thing I really like about this is the lid is removable. So just like this, it just removes off just like that because of the way the hinges are made. This thing just comes off the hinges like that. But anyway, I wanted to show y'all today what I have in this box and what I'm using this box for. All right. So we'll go through this little tray first. Use some Velcro tie straps. Sometimes I don't want to use a plastic zip tie, specifically on a data cable or on areas that may be within a data room. Some places don't allow zip ties, because zip ties cause problems in some instances. It's not the zip tie causing a problem. It's really the installer over tightening the zip tie that causes the problem. It's not the zip tie itself. Okay, so I have those. I have a couple pairs of the precision cutters, precision diagonal cutters. I got Klein, I got Milwaukee. I got both sets. This is a Klein Tools laser tape measure. This works out pretty great working in, say, a building with high ceilings. You need to know, well, how high is that smoke detector off the ground, or how high is that light fixture off the ground? So you can use this. It'll measure the distance from wherever you are to the ceiling and tell you how high that ceiling is. So you can determine what size man lift you might need, what size ladder you might need, or how far is it from here to that next wall over there. This works out great. It saves you a lot of time. Another little Klein tape measure. Same deal as the other ones you may have seen in my backpack video. This tape measure has the hook on the top, so you can hook it on the underside of something and on the bottom. It also has the measurements written on the bottom and on the top. Of course, it has a lock built in, and it also has a little button on the bottom right here to hold the measure like that. You just want to temporarily hold it without locking this lock. You just press the little button on the bottom, you let it go, and it retracts. Handy little thing. This is my Klein stubby screwdriver. Don't use this a whole lot, but I have it in my box. Sometimes you need it. This is my Milwaukee conduit reamer. It also has the bit driver on the end. This is a square tip that's in the end, but I think it came with an ECX bit. 1/4-inch ratchet. This is the Capri Tools shallow impact socket. Y'all may have seen a video about. This is what I use to tighten. This is for the 1/2-inch chase nipples, and it fits within a box. And I put this ratchet on it like this to tighten up the chase nipples, like that, or loosen them, or whatever I need to do. I've got some other fasteners and miscellaneous stuff down there at the bottom. I also have the 3/8 ratchet right here, and I'll show you what this is for in just a second. Right here I have the WEHA. These are the impact sockets, the metric and the SAE brand. This is a 1/4-inch to 3/8 adapter right here, so this would fit in the end of an impact drill. Because these sockets are actually 3/8, you would need a 3/8 to drive it by hand. So that's why I have this 3/8 ratchet right here. So all this fits together, so now I can turn it by hand if I need to loosen something, want to loosen something by hand. These little WEHA socket things is pretty nice. These swivel. So I do have the Klein set in SAE brand. I think it's got 5 sockets in it. I do have that. It's more of a molded plastic case that the sockets in it are static. these swivel. I do like that. And there's also a little place to put a carabiner right here. You can hook this on your belt. I got some other miscellaneous things in here. 1/4" bit extension. This is the other Capri socket for the 3/4" chase nipples. A little short 1/4" ratchet with the bit driver on the other side. Alright, so put everything back in this box. I gotta kind of manipulate it to get it all in there. It does fit. So this little tray is removable. Like this, it comes with one tray. This hybrid box comes with this tray. It is removable. This is just some single conductor THHN wire that I was working with a couple weeks ago. I had a little bit extra. I rolled it up and put it in here. This is just a bag of zip ties, 7-inch zip ties. These are the mounting zip ties. These are the Southwire brand. And as you can see how these are made, they have the holes in them. You put it around whatever you're trying to fasten, and you put a screw to the holes to secure it to the wall or to something stationary. 4-inch cable ties, zip ties, another little piece of wire. Right here, some markers. I'm kind of somewhat a fanatic about markers. Anyway, this is the Ox Chalk Shot right here. Sharpie markers, leads for my tracer pen. This is a yellow paint marker. More leads for my Ox lead pen. Sharpie markers, white paint markers. This is a Nick Pro brand long reach mechanical pencil. So I usually carry a yellow one just like this in my shirt pocket. They come in very handy. I like these tools. Long reach markers. These were super cheap on Amazon. I ordered like a pack and ended up with like 20 of every color. Red, blue, green, and black, I think. Anyway, super cheap. It doesn't, no big deal if I waste it. Red paint markers, Sharpies, more markers, a lot of markers. White markers for marking on black battery casings with the date. And this is the Ox Chalk Shot that I talked about just a minute ago. So I'll put all this back in here. I normally try to mark junction boxes, what's inside of that box, like what circuits are contained within that box. You know, if it contains SLC, is it a horn strobe circuit? What is it? Is it the end of line? Could there be an end of line resistor in there? Surge protector, whatever. So that's why I carry a lot of markers, and I'm kind of a fanatic about that. All right, so I have here a little dustpan and broom. Like I said, when I started in the industry back in the mid-90s, I mean, I was taught, it was hammered into my head, you do not go into somebody's place, make a mess, and leave it. We clean up. I clean up. You know, I have a vacuum cleaner, battery-powered vacuum cleaner in the van, a regular-sized broom, multiple dustpans, buckets, everything I need, trash bags, everything I need to clean up and deposit my trash, you know, and dispose of it where it's supposed to go. This is my wall impact drill. This is actually pretty new because my other drill burnt up. My manager replaced it. This is the XR, DeWalt XR. Got a lot of power. I feel like it does. This little thing right here, y'all might laugh at me. I bought this at Harbor Freight. It's a Pittsburgh brand little hammer. This thing was only purchased for like tightening and loosening conduit lock rings. Like I have the hammer screwdrivers from the Klein in my backpack. just to loosen those. Don't really want to. I have a full-size hammers, more than one, probably a dozen or so hammers that I could use, but don't really want to use that sometimes, and it doesn't fit in this box, and I don't want to carry around a full-size hammer, so I have this thing. It's good enough. This right here is an AWP brand tool holster. You clip this on your belt and drill, just say in the case of the point this impact, you can hang on this hook just like that, and not an impact will hang on my pants. I use that sometimes when I'm working on a ladder, or sometimes on a roof. I'll clip this onto my belt so I can have my impact with me, carry more tools with me up the ladder, so I have to spend less time going up and down the ladder. I don't really care for that, but anyway, I'll use that for that purpose. So I also have in here this is the Milwaukee bit set, the Shockwave titanium bit set. This little set is great. It's not very organized, but the set of it is great. The little box that it comes in, I have in here some Milwaukee bits. I got some DeWalt bits in here. The blue ones are Spider bits from Lowe's. They're actually pretty good. So in my opinion, they're pretty good. These are paddle bits for drilling in drywall, so I can have a hole big enough to hold the nut on toggle bolts. I have the assortment of paddle bits in here too. I like the little box. It holds all the bits together. I do feel like, so when you're trying to remove, say, this bit out of this holster right here, this is pretty tight in there, and you run the risk, if you don't have on cut resistant gloves. I usually wear cut resistant gloves when I'm working, but if you don't have on that, the edges of the bit can cut your finger, because it happened to me. Anyway, other than that, this is some pretty nice bits. Kind of gotta manipulate them and put them back in the right location and close the lid. Like so. Handy little case though. So I have in here these are some tackle boxes I bought from Bass Pro Shops. Some of them are Plano brands, some of them are Bass Pro brands. These are wire ferrules, the non-insulated wire ferrules. I got all different sizes in here. These are electrical fasteners, 8/32 nuts, 8/32 lock washers, 8/32 flat washers, some 8/32 screws, different lengths. Some wire nuts. This little box of wire nuts. I don't really use wire nuts that often. These are sheet metal screws. The screws with the bigger washer head on them, those are called modified truss screws. Purchased those at Home Depot, in case you don't know. Those work out great. It's kind of like having a flat washer attached to the screw already. For mounting a panel box or something, where you need a greater area surface contact, I usually use the truss screws for that. Little box of Wagos. I got all different. I use Wagos by default. I got all different. These are the little splice ones, just 1-to-1. And I got the 2-port, 3-port, and 5 ports in here. So in here I have, this is more sizes of the ferrules, non-insulated ferrules. Kind of aggravates me though, because they don't stay together in the same compartment. You know, I never found any good plastic boxes for little small components like this that would hold them all in the same compartment when they get flipped over and put on their side. Kind of annoying, you know. Anyway, wire terminals. I use the little red fork terminals like this right here for resistors. If I have a resistor that doesn't have the terminals on it, I'll crimp these terminals on the resistor. So I put I don't put a resistor and a wire underneath the same terminal unless my resistor has a terminal on it. I mean, I don't put the resistor in the wire underneath the same screw terminal unless my resistors have a crimp terminal on them for surface contact. So this right here, self-tapping screws. These are more the truss screws. These are more the terminals, ring terminals, like for batteries, the female connector terminals for battery terminals, and the other ones as well. A box of resistors for the fire alarm guys, what I have in here: 10s, 15s, 4.7s, 47s. This is what, 33? Yeah, 33. 10K, if I didn't say that. But I have pretty much, these are the common sizes. I have a ton more of resistors in my van. These are the common sizes I come across most of the time. These are electrical screws. These screws right here are 6/32 size. The way this screw is made, it's got a cone head on the end of it. I usually replace the screws that go through the plastic plate on the EST SIGA devices, the SIGA monitor modules and the SIGA control modules. I replace those screws because it's just a regular little flathead screw and nobody likes turning those things. So this is a Phillips head, and this size fits perfectly into the hole on the monitor module plate. It doesn't work for the Honeywell ones because that's a different screw size and a screw thread pitch, but this does work. This is a regular standard 6/32 screw with the cone head on the end of it. It does work to replace the SIGA screws on the SIGA devices. And I usually do that because I hate turning those little flathead screws with a precision screwdriver, and just don't like doing that. More wire nuts, blue and orange and gray. These are the insulated wire ferrules. These ferrules have a little collar on the end of them. A little different colors of the little plastic collars. They come in different colors. Beanies, crimp caps, and the UR connectors, usually for telephone wiring. This here is more 6/32 nuts, washers, 5mm nuts, and 5mm lock nuts. I think the 5mm lock nut is the size for the grounding stud inside the EST IO enclosure. I lost one, and actually I lost one on the, I didn't lose one, but I came across an EST3 annunciator. It's the little small annunciator. It's just got the 3 LCD on it with the CPU behind it. The little small narrow one. At a hotel one time installed by my competitor. And instead of going to get the right nuts to hold the gray door closed to the back box, they cut some wire nuts and twisted it onto the studs there. Instead of going to get the right nut to put on there, and that's the kind of type of guy I am. If I'm not going to do no hack job like that. I will stop what I'm doing, go to the hardware store and get the right fastener. So now I have those because I didn't have them that day, so now I have them. Here, drywall screws, some longer 8/32 screws, toggle bolt nuts, some other junk in here basically. So stack everything back in here, and I'll give you a video of what this looks like. I'll put in here. Anyway, there's everything all packed up in here. That's pretty much how it all goes back together. And then put the lid back, like so. Close it up. And I'll load this back on my dolly, like so. Put my thin box on there, that's what I call it, a thin box. Lock that in place. Put my backpack, lock it in place. And this is my everyday roll ModBox setup. Anyway, thank y'all for watching my videos. I appreciate y'all. Please follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and soon to be Instagram. Still working on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. Peace and love to everybody. Have a great day.